It was a joyous festival day. Children ran around laughing, celebrating with sweets and treats. Among them was a young boy, happily licking an ice cream cone, enjoying the festive spirit. But his happiness was short-lived. His father, noticing him eating the ice cream, marched toward him in anger. "How many times have I told you not to eat this? You have tonsils." The doctor clearly said to avoid ice cream, and yet here you are, completely ignoring what I said. Before the boy could even react, his father scolded him harshly. The boy's uncle, who had been watching, decided to step in. "Brother, why are you being so harsh on him?" "Because he doesn't listen. He keeps disobeying me," the father snapped. The uncle remained calm. "I've been observing him for over a month. He has avoided ice cream all this time. Just a few days ago, when someone offered him one, he refused, saying the doctor advised against it. But today is a festival. All the kids were celebrating, and in that moment, he might have forgotten or couldn't resist. Does that really deserve such a harsh reaction?" Instead of acknowledging this, the father's anger flared even more. "You don't understand. He plays video games late at night, disobeys me in many things, and never listens." The uncle gave him a puzzled look. "Wait, we are talking about the ice cream incident, and I am showing you that he has been responsible about this. But instead of considering that, you are bringing up unrelated things. Why?" The more the uncle provided logical points, the angrier the father became. His frustration grew, and he became even more determined to prove himself right. Sensing the deeper issue, the uncle decided to explain. The courtroom of anger. "Brother, let me explain what is happening here using a simple example. Imagine a courtroom. In a court, there is a judge, a lawyer, and evidence. Now let's say a lawyer, like you in this situation, files a case, accusing someone of wrongdoing. The moment he makes the accusation, his mind is set. He wants to prove his case. But what happens if strong evidence comes in that proves the accused is actually innocent? A good lawyer who values truth above all will accept the evidence and withdraw the case. But an ego-driven lawyer will refuse to back down. He will start looking for unrelated flaws in the accused, trying to justify his original accusation by bringing up other negative things about them. This is exactly what happens when we are angry. When we get angry at someone, it's like filing a case against them in our mind. The moment we hear evidence that contradicts our anger, we don't want to accept it, because accepting it feels like losing. Instead, we dig in deeper, bringing up unrelated things just to hold on to our position. And the more evidence that comes against our claim, the more furious we become, because now it's not just about the situation, it's about our ego. At that moment, the only way to break free is to be okay with being wrong. If we value truth over ego, we will withdraw our anger, just like a wise judge dismisses a false case. But if we hold on to it, we become blinded by stubbornness, unable to see reality clearly. The father stood in silence, absorbing the words. The uncle continued, "This is why you got angrier when I showed you evidence that the boy had been disciplined about ice cream. Instead of seeing the truth, you brought up unrelated issues, not because they were relevant, but because you were trying to defend your anger." A long pause followed. The father looked at his son, who stood there, silent and afraid. With a deep breath, he sighed. "I understand now," he admitted. The uncle smiled. "A moment of anger can cloud our judgment, but if we can recognize it, step back and accept the truth, we free ourselves from unnecessary frustration. It's not about winning or losing, it's about seeing clearly." The father looked at his son again, this time with softer eyes. Gently, he placed a hand on the boy's head and said, "I'm sorry." In that moment, he learned a valuable lesson, not just about his son, but about himself.